Today's the big day! Let's go to the Grand Bazaar and see how the celebration's coming along. Everybody's already here. Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
You're here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work. I'm very happy to see you here.
But we're not late, are we? It's just that everyone else arrived ahead of time.
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's speeches.
Nah, there won't be any speeches today.
Oh, really? Well, even better.
Come join us over here. Let's share some great food and drinks, and chat about all sorts of fun things.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow! Paimon can't wait! Traveler, just look at all the delicious food here! Whoa! It's so delicious! Oh, this grilled meat tastes amazing! The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. And we have gifts that were sent by the residents of Sumeru City when they heard we were holding a feast. Everyone that came said that you saved Sumeru and wanted me to thank you all on their behalf.
Ah, feels kinda nice to be seen as a hero. I could get used to this.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job. You've always been amazing, Dia.
My lady sure has a way with words. Thanks. I'm glad to hear it.
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great plan.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something impressive together. It's unbelievable.
We owe it to our abilities. And luck.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we hardly had a chance of succeeding?
That's how I remember it too.
It's luck that brought us together, and it was luck that let us form a team. Then, it took even more luck for us to formulate a plan and implement it successfully. Moreover, judging from the results, everything worked out well.
Yeah, everyone gave it their all when it mattered most. It was almost like a performance. We took the stage and put on our best show. Everyone played their part, and thanks to everyone's efforts, the performance was a great success. So, would you say we're good actors too? It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return to power at the Academia.
Yes, even after being abandoned and neglected so many times, she's finally returned. Uh-huh. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. The Academia basically abandoned her because of it. This should be something everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised. I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
No, everything you said is correct.
That's good.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Even if those two giants of the... Those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago... If you bite the hand that...
Perhaps I should...
You could simply...
I respect our... While we're on this topic...
Are you trying to say...
Why? But seriously...
I did have my own... If the rules of our...
By that, you mean your life...
Precisely.
Wait, so that's the...
It's reason enough.
You've certainly got quite the person.
You flatter me.
All right, then.
That's right.
Will you be happy?
It's not about being happy. There are merely a lot of...
Even so,
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
I seldom participate in such live... No. The Grand Bazaar... That happiness... Oh well.
Well, how is it? It's the first time. You see, make sure you live it up tonight. I'm honored to have her. I can't explain.
The atmosphere here is good. I don't often have a lot to handle these days.
My lady,
Yes, I also... What an amazing...
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy.
Hey, less of that...
Hey, what's wrong? Your head is starting to droop. Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You wake up once you... Of course, just wake... It's me. You may blame me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking the connection between us is amazing. It's like full... I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events. Although you've already helped me with a lot... Please say thank you to everyone for me. Is it not... But if I just show up all of a sudden, what if I end up scaring them and ruining this... Oh. Yes, I have.
You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So, I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't... Everyone!
Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to
It's me.
Huh? That voice. Nahida?
Hold up,
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand Bazaar.
No, of course not. Are you?
Hello, Nilu.
You know who I am?
Yes, I already know every one of you. Nilu, Alhaitham, Sino, Dia, Paimon, and Dunyarzad.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so that I could thank all of you in person. Thank you so much for rescuing me, even if that meant placing your own safety in peril and taking the risk of becoming enemies with the Academia, the sages, the doctor, the balladeer, and even the entirety of Sumeru. Without you, without any of you, I would have been in a much more difficult situation. Had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, not only I, but Sumeru and even the entirety of Tevat would have suffered great misfortune. People refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. It not only explains your identities, but also bears witness to your relationship with me. Please, allow me to present to you my most sincere gratitude.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for Sumeru, and I didn't even have a chance to do anything for you. You don't have to do this.
Dunyarzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of you being with me and praying for me. Thank you.
You don't need to be so ceremonious. It's always been my duty to protect you.
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be. We just did what was necessary and set things back on the right path.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble. You really don't need to be so polite with us.
I'm honored to have been able to take part in this plan. I hoped you liked the dance I dedicated to you.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton. That just means you still have a lot to learn from Master Paimon, the Sage of Gluttony. All right, since you're awake now, should we go and have a chat with Nahida? She should be in the Academia right about now. If you have any questions, now's your chance to ask.
Hello, Traveler and Paimon. What a fantastic night. I'm still immersed in all the happiness and joy, like a candle floating on water.
So are we, and that's why we're here to talk with you.
Is there anything you want to know? Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine? Then, as far as I know, that...
Does their Archon personally judge people?
No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra Archon, Focalor, won't preside over individual trials. However, even then, Focalor will still make herself present at just about every trial. It seems that she just likes to immerse herself in that sort of atmosphere. As Archon, she still reserves the right to influence the final verdict. Anyway, let's just say she's got, a very unique personality. Are you sure?
Huh?
While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your brother.
Yeah, isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information and...
This is true in your case. However, there must be something different about your brother.
What?
There's only one possible explanation. He belongs to this world.
But nothing about this makes any sense! Wasn't this your first trip to Teyvat?
According to the records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in Conria. After the Conria disaster, he began his journey through the 7 nations of Teyvat. But just as his journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul records on him suddenly become fuzzy.
What do you mean, fuzzy?
All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, is deliberately obfuscating his fate. And whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows what else they're capable.
But even that wouldn't explain how he somehow comes from this...
Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as one of the Descenders.
What's a Descender? Paimon?
Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the information I received. A very important part of the intel was, Traveler, you are Teyvat's 4th Descender.
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other Descenders before the Traveler, and her brother isn't even one of them?
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first Descender was likely what we now call the Heavenly Principles. As for the other Descenders, I still need to verify their existence.
Paimon's head...
And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure you must still have a lot of There are many questions in my heart as well. And soon, you'll also begin your journey anew, and I'm very interested in your future. If fate is the ultimate knowledge...
Paimon's sure glad we got to meet you, Nahida.
The pleasure is all mine. I can't thank you enough. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just close your eyes. Is there anything... According to the records, after the Conria disaster, he began his... But just as his journey was about to reach its...
What do you mean?
All I know for sure is that somebody, and whoever it is...
But even...
Something else I noticed was that...
What's a Descender?
Look, a very important Traveler, you
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other descenders?
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first descender was likely what we now call the Heavenly Principles. As for the other descenders, I still need to... And yet, there are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time. And soon, I'm very interested in your future. If fate is the ultimate knowledge,
I'm unsure, but
the pleasure is all mine. All right.
What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them do as they please. Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention.
Leave the future for future generations.
It's my lucky day! Finally, my blade! To the very end.
An impressive bounty.
Since we first set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened since then. Yeah, we've definitely made some so, where... Huh? Hey! What the heck was that for? Doesn't want to talk, huh? Alright, let's convince him to calm down a little!
Huh? So you don't have a vision after? Seems like I've mistaken you for...
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right... No, wait! Even when you've got the right person...
Have you ever met someone by the name of... He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animal. That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces? Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him, right? Paimon has a feeling. Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go fight Kazuo, right? Oh? What kind of hunch? A special connection? You mean, yeah. Anyway, there's no time to lose. Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for...
What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them do as they please. Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention. Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see. What could the children be up to? Never mind. Let them do as they please.
Hello? Do you know where Kazuha is?
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all. Well, we took the small vessels into If it's because of that battle on his... Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did?
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be? Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable. Yes, we'll go.
All right then.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat in short, but there came a time we later learned, considering Mr. in the interest of preventing further
This is a true honor. However,
I can assure you, with the Kaidahara, you will be able to lead.
I have grown yet my ancestors.
I sense some should you accept.
Malicious.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hito. Also,
What?
That is correct.
This is just one of many similar rumors. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me...
This is precise.
In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment.
Yikes!
Why would such a dangerous... No. This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for... Over time, those forms are...
All the more reason.
Indeed.
In that case, I will say...
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say. Hey there! Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him?
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kai.
You are too kind.
Oh? Mr. Kaide, to be honest with you, some of them were...
Milk?
Please.
Of course. But I wouldn't...
Then let's put that... The Tenryo Committee.
It's true that if anyone had been...
Uh-oh. Looks like the
I still find few people possess your prowess. I am well. It would cost me for the poor victim.
Don't worry.
It seems you are every bit this...
You flatter me.
Oh, let me tell you about...
Sure.
All right, then. One of them is a...
Amenoma.
Right. 2 grown men going missing. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he...
Understood. Though it...
Sure!
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll...
Sounds good.
Welcome to Bonton Sanga Detective. What will you have me solve?
We haven't been to the Yai Publishing House in a while. Paimon wonders if they have any new books in. The one we read with A that time was pretty cool.
Come on, this is a no-brainer, man. There's only one thing worth wishing for, and that is a ton of Mora.
But the exam's next week. If I fail again, I'm seriously done for. I'm better off wishing that my exam goes smoothly.
Ah, it's just an exam. Trust me, there's no problem you can't solve by throwing Mora at it. If it doesn't work, then just keep throwing till it does.
What are they arguing about? It's quite a spirited debate.
Huh? Really? You guys don't know? You need but stand on this land at midnight, lower your head and recite a special incantation, then your wish will come true.
Looks like you guys...
A wish ritual, right?
It's this guy called... I heard it directly from...
His whole bed was filled with...
Of course. Whether you believe it or...
If you're still feeling...
Really? Well, come on! Well...
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha. What brings you here today?
Huh? You two know each other?
Yes. The Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both after I returned to Inazuma. The techniques of unfortunately...
So...
It is a great pity. As an example, there is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft. As for the art of the...
That's right. For only a...
Indeed, you are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishi.
You overestimate. But let's get... We hope to assist...
Ah, yes. He didn't say a word, but I've done what I...
We heard that they...
Yes. I believe he went to collect the... Yes. Straight. If I had to get... He's never been... He is
Truth be told, based on the evidence...
What? He is humble. Yes. But... I also cannot... Anyway...
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't...
Yes. It sounds as if something happened. Let's pay a...
I'm very my husband...
No.
I'm sorry you...
I'm afraid we don't have any new... With this in mind...
He'd always get so... Everything was fine.
Uh-oh.
He lost his sense. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. He wouldn't sell them. I'm happy he had... On the last day...
Whoa!
And that led...
Actually, it did. You must After I said those... His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, had I not... And the next thing I heard...
I see. Ame-no-me-yu...
At first... But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries. I don't know. Perhaps he's too... As long as he's...
Please don't get up. If collecting... But the information...
A little
Let's try a change of... Rest assured.
Thank you.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise the fire at the... Do you have any...
Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while.
That is the most likely conclusion based on everything we know. What started as a... However, in this case, only one of the parties would have started the fire. That would make the other party... If this is in... One fact, Mr. Nagato, the more I ponder it, the... Right. Ame-no-me-yu... Let's keep going. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and...
Okay.
Let's head out of the...
Remember when we chased... Huh? What's that? Paimon doesn't think they look at... Is it... What's that girl do? She doesn't look well. What just happened? All we did was lock eyes. Wait, where did all these people come from? True. Oh, and there's that girl.
If I leave now, will I have enough time?
How many times? There's no going back if...
Anxiety over a lack of creative inspiration. Well, inspiration tends to give anxious minds a wide berth. So I hope our treatment will help you relax.
Thank you.
Many thanks.
What's wrong with her? Whoa, that was unexpected.
Huh?
Sorry for what? We have no idea what's going on here.
Oh, it looks like you've entered my dream by
Dream? When did that... Whoa!
Hi. Feeling more awake now? I never expect. Oh, someone I know talks about you all the time.
So, who are you?
Right, of course. It's our first time meeting each other. My name is
Yume Kuibaku? Hey,
That's what we look like in our original form. Baku feast on the bad dreams of human beings, but we need to be in a dream of our own to digest them. The place where I must have swallowed one too many bad dreams, because they were causing me some digestive trouble. It's actually, call it a
Yeah, we thought. And Paimon?
Thank you. But I still owe you an apology. While you...
So you...
Of course, it's the unwritten rule of my kind, but don't you feel horribly Maybe.
It's a VIP pass for the Isa bathhouse. Staffed by...
That's where I work. This invitation, I hope to see you as...
So she's a Yume Kuibaku that eats... Paimon's never... Speaking of eat...
Wait. I hear something.
Oh! This must be another one of those... As sketchy as that whole thing seems. You did...
Now I'm picking...
But... There's nothing here...
It's gone now. It felt very much like that ancient present. Indeed. We should remain vigilant.
So it's an
The force is definitely the source of the Tatar. Judging from the concentration,
Mrs. Nagato said...
it could well be that he was already... From what I've been... But most will develop a stubborn... Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of...
So what should we do now? Go down and take...
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside. If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
What's down?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in.
That was too...
All we can do now, two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them. Yes, let's quiet your mind. From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here, and seems to be dissipating slowly.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls! They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
This is where you fall.
It's...
Ugh! Look at this red stuff! What is it?
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look. According to this letter, Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse, and
so
he was not only whatever traces there may have been. Yes, if Amenoma...
Right! So let's get moving!
I wouldn't be surprised for a practitioner. All the clues that... I have a hypothesis.
Wait!
I believe so. On with the search. He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time. Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
Kaede Harakazua. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before! What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenome Yuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Amenome Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Now that you mention it... Whoa!
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within... The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years. Or rather, as a means to occupy
You're sharper. Many years ago, I, as a descent...
I presume it has...
Indeed. He was a bladesmith, and sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. He not only bestowed upon... In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the
So...
The people of the time in which I was born. After the death, I seek but one thing. To face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade, and prove my power.
Tell me, what happened?
My hosts? Who cares when they got tired?
You're...
After I returned at long last. Kaidehara now.
Light.
Rewrite history!
I'm going in!
Join
Witness
me
my
and sever that divine light!
Laid bare. That hurt!
Time to go.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, he is but a puppet that can be... The end result is the same. And even if I were by any means...
Your fighting style. It is indeed the... But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
You can tell all that?
As I've mentioned before, since the blade is currently possessing Amenome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Amenome Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal!
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life. Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
You...
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also...
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not certainly not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is the cursed blades, the power of the Tatari gun.
What?
Even if we have a chance here to save an innocent...
Your disdain for me betrays your woe now.
Kazuha?
I felt a little... It's all right. So far, I will.
What should we do?
We find some enemy. Although this blade has endured much turmoil. If a blade built... If he wants to avoid...
Wait a minute! Since the Takatsukasa clan abandoned that secret... What about Amenoma Yuya? What should we do with him?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine. Let's hit the town! Let the wind lead.
Leave everything on this journey to me.
Let's play! Let's get down to business!
Into the wind! As one with wind and cloud!
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last.
Something else on...
How strange. Rather than... Let's keep going. Time to go.
Let's get down to business. Say no more!
Clouds high. The birds call!
Let's get down to business. Finally,
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
I can sense that his strength is slow. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to Ame-no-Miyuya?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any... He's still...
fall before me!
Wind strike!
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling.
Yes. And it looks like he's...
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again.
Perhaps this time, we'll finally have a chance.
True form? What are you... Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk!
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long... It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I've finally figured out why it was you wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps... But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will... The only one who...
Huh?
Here they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup! We can help...
Don't worry. I'll use my own... It's just more of the same. Wherever in this world
Let's get down to business. There's more! Fairy!
Wind Strider! As one with wind and cloud!
Good though. Like this.
You fought way better.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh. No one knew anything of my story. I thought that if I could achieve Ishino...
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi.
Actually, this is just...
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years. Skill. There is something else I must tell you. Though your make Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past, though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami...
I sensed it, but I couldn't...
I resisted its tempt. I feel a great sense of regret for you. The moment you embark, you have known this.
He gave me... How could I... I said to him...
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has not... When I touched a bladesmith, a newly forged blade lay...
Wow.
Indeed. He spent the rest of... He felt so he instruct all he wanted.
So, but...
Right. This blade... Yes. Time would not wait, or... He seems to have...
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my fort. I once told, but darkness and slaughter not. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition.
You are finally seeing reality.
Since we agreed, but I still... So...
Hey! Now you...
It has to be done. My physical...
His attitude... What do you think, Kazuha?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. Alas, nor have I... My fights were... You.
Oh?
I will release... You must have...
Understood.
I see. I utterly If a duel can... I do not wish to...
There's no need...
Thanks for your help.
All right, then let's move. More Ronin could... In any case...
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux class. Yep, we still can't... Still, even if he's... Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. Successor of Ishin art. Kaida...
Successor of Amenoma art.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
Time to go. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, his sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished. There are a few things that I shall leave him.
I must apologize to you.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor it is too late.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I strayed. I beseech you.
Yes.
Thank you.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. Maybe we can go back there to get...
What does he want?
I'm not sure, but I think...
On closer inspection, it seems...
Grasp the thought in mind. Clear... No.
Hey! What are you guys up to?
Whoa! Sheesh, you scared...
Junkichi is trying it out.
Mr. Shigeru, can you... People have had all kinds of wishes come true. Become more attractive, get rich quick, ace their studies. I'm just a poor...
Didn't you say this?
The Omamori from...
Look at you now.
Wait.
Yep, it's from the one called A First-Hand Guide. No, it's... As a fellow writer...
Look, Junkichi.
What's so surprising?
Why don't we go to... She's the ex...
Oh, it's Yuya! You have returned!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
A prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity. But I have some good news. Uji from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Really? Is he okay?
Yes. Badly wounded, but he will live. And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
Guess there's nothing we can say to change your mind, huh?
Thank you. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me, just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Wait! Shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation. And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanoma Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please, take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has... Were I to accept...
You
I am aware.
Very well. However, if you...
Great.
Where will you travel?
As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida. Paimon was ready to ask her a million more questions, but didn't want to seem too pushy. Like, about these Descenders. So, does that just mean people like you who come traveling to Teyvat from someplace else? And as for your brother... so many questions. Let's go find Nahida and see what else we can find out.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed...
Well, if it's facts and logic, you're...
Yeah, well, I want to write my essay on...
Yes, you came to me.
Did one of them just mention Tatarasuna? Is it just Paimon or is it kinda Great! Let's go find out what this Tatarasuna mystery...
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
Oh, you're...
Hey, what's with that face? Don't
No, of course I believe you. Actually, this is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started,
Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't... Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive or a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a Kabuki Mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This Kabukimono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba...
So first this strange person goes missing.
Yes, my thought...
Stop shouting!
This part's important. It just so even back then.
Wait, so there are...
That's right!
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah,
Wow, yes. You really know your... Something then seemed...
The Kaidahara...
Sawada, you left out the...
Oh, yes!
Get to the point.
According to information acquired...
A puppet?
Aha!
No! Paimon just meant...
I agree. It does.
Oh, and please read my essay. Sawada was encouraging me to... Oh!
Wait! You're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from...
Akaba, look. Besides, if...
good point.
We have some other stuff to do.
All right, thank you.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about. Okay, then even if we did know something, after all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is huge. If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics. Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by over there. It looked like the Balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see. Traveler, Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the Balladeer. Did he escape or... Ah! Hey! What are you doing in the Sanctuary of Thirst?
I know you you must have a lot of questions. It was my idea to set the Balladeer free.
A deal?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think. But if that's the case, why
Don't flatter yourself. It was...
So if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start.
But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us!
As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the Balladeer.
Well, I, for one, have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer... Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond.
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean...
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit... Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility...
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear. Don't you?
Yeah, obviously!
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right. Then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nahida, are you serious about this?
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit. Yes. As I told you once before.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that?
Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twins' details in the Descender category. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would... So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders.
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him!
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. Our minds have connected several times before. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it. It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. It seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the balladeer on even though he only has a fraction of his full power left. That's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be—
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now—
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after it.
Fine. Let's call it true.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We, per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way.
You sure are confident.
If there are no further objections, I suggest— Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's a bit—
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted.
Is this a small sap? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow! So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh! Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Hey, so... what are you smirking?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it.
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access...
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess...
The rest is up to you. If you discover any...
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? Yes, I've also invited Paimon.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
That's part of it. Plus,
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladier's a bit of a walk?
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answer. Well done. Smart and attentive as always. So, you made contact with that part of his mind.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by...
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay.
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono...
Really? Because...
Oh? How interesting.
So the Gesse got it right?
Well, they guessed...
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones...
Let me...
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner know...
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait! How did you know about that?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is some... Huh?
This light. It looks similar to those saplings.
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have...
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not...
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi under your leadership. As I understand, the forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise skills, blood, dreams.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly... Even now.
You flap.
So you say.
My goods.
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. What have we gained from adopting? And recently, none of the people who went... But that doesn't faze...
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so...
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely...
After all, not...
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine.
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look...
Drop the act! We're past that now. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this.
You...
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity.
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is...
Whoever you're working for won't get a...
It's no trouble at all. If you must know, I'm happy to devote...
The Fatui?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
That's it. You gave us your cursed technology just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet. Make no mistake.
He has no...
What a beautiful way to see the world. Think of me as a monster. Or I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend, Mr. Niwa? Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner working. I'd like to introduce a puppet.
Hey,
Dottore. Dottore! Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn? But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind.
Maybe so. But it means...
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the... You know very well what that means. Even more...
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it.
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono to live with the people of... It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did, of all the unwitting participants, after the load was the mechanic removed, the balladeer was... He thought Niwa had...
Holy mo...
Yes.
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to...
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tevat.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul...
Huh?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, did you get all that? Lesser...
Yes. Astonishing...
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, so tell me, in this world... Done.
Huh? What the? What happened?
Nothing. I was just thinking... So long. I suggest you get yourselves...
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer, those who died in Tatarasuna because of me, deserve another chance at life.
Hey, Balladeer!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes, but if a colony of harmless ants, it...
Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we got... Oh no, he's really gone.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nihida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, What happened?
It was the Balladier's fault.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or...
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Nahida.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
We're out! And we're at, an inn or something?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you. I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with.
An emergency?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be...
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before? He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible! Right! You can't just rewrite history! All that stuff happened already in real life! It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it. So, why... Paimon's so Huh? Ah! Sorry. Paimon accidentally... But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul? Uh-oh. Paimon's head... Paimon's head... There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too? There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what... Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's... So... How about... Alright, Paimon will start. And Dragon Chili Chicken! Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about. Is that a food too? What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something... So, the Balladeer. Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't... The once renowned Raiden Gokuden. Comprised of 5... The art of forging most of the great... But fortunately, if my memory serves...
Oh, yeah, we learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then, too.
That, in fact, he told me that there is no harm in telling you the Raiden Gokuden were
vengeful.
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting, knowing that they had just one chance to the smith's death. In his heart, powerless, alas. If only the story could have ended there. Finally, in his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even... But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came... That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art...
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? On to the next step!
This place impresses me every time.
We'll just wait here. We don't want...
Ayaka wouldn't mind.
Honestly, even if we did come with you, we would...
All right then. We won't be...
Without looking at the board, you've ruined my strategy in one move. Amazing. Now what should I do next?
Ayaka, Toma, it's us!
Hey guys, it's been a while. If you're looking for my lady, I'm afraid she's not here right now.
Oh? That voice. Toma, would that happen to be the traveler?
Yes.
Greetings, traveler. Ayaka speaks of you constantly. Finally, today is the day. I am head of the Kamisato clan and Yashiro commissioner, Kamisato Ayato. Greetings, both. Ayaka is out today.
Oh, hi. You're flattered. Well, he seems like a pretty powerful person. He's already... Look! As soon as he stands up...
You shower me with praise undeserved, my little There is no need to be quite so formal. This is a private... Please, relax.
Oh, good. 'Cause that whole spiel was really tiring. We heard a rumor that...
Oh? I wouldn't have thought you'd heard about... I see. The head clans of 2 commissions are to be... Since the Yashiro commission...
Yes. And...
Right! Makes sense. Too true.
It is.
All right then. I'll be sure to pay them a visit to send the best wishes of the Kamisato clan.
No need. I'll visit them personally this time.
Huh? But you have other things to be doing.
This is a marriage between the Kujo clan and the Hiragi clan. The Kamisato clan must demonstrate an appropriate level of respect. The work of the Yashiro Commission is indeed multifarious. Normally, weddings and other ceremonies would come under the supervision of my sister. But she is presently occupied with other matters, and I happen to have a little time to spare. This will be a good chance for me to pay a visit to the bride and groom. Oh, and would you two care to join me? I presume you two have a special connection with the individual. This being the case...
Oh, it's not as interesting as you... We just agreed to help deliver a letter this one time, that's all. Although wait, does that mean we helped make this wedding happen? All right then.
I cannot thank you enough.
Wait, you're the Yashiro Commissioner, but you can't do small talk?
Small talk is a chore. Toma, I'm heading out with my two guests.
Not a problem. Take care, my lord.
Onwards. We have work to do. Teamwork is dreamwork! Everlasting as the moon! Overruled!
The wrong test subject.
No escape! You can't.
At least, no more work.
Everybody stand! Yeah! Yeah! Judgment! I swear by my sword! This is where you fall. Transfixed!
So soon. No escape. Prepare yourself.
Go as one! Teamwork is
Another test subject.
overruled! Like you can't run! Yeah, over here!
The wrong test subject.
Witness my wrongs! Laid bare! Everybody stand! Barbados, guide us!
You can't run from
Over here!
I got careful. Another test.
Going in! Shiver! Judgment! The more, the merrier! My turn. is where you fall. Overruled.
Free!
Everybody stand! Blink!
Prepare yourself!
I hear children singing. Off we go! Benny's adventure team! I have failed you.
Freeze!
No escape. You can't run! Maybe this is just fate's dark design.
Freeze! Have a little taste! Freeze! Prepare yourself! Can't run from death. I got carried. I got careless. Pick free. The wrong picked the wrong test subject.
Transfixed! The more, the merrier. Laid bare. Everlasting as the moon. Go on.
Teamwork is strength.
Freeze.
Can't run from death.
I shoulder the net.
Punishment! Yeah!
Careless.
Everybody stand back!
This is where you fall.
Overruled wind, hear me! Go as one! Over here! Adventure time! Let's light it up! Judgment!
Let me amuse myself.
I'm going in!
Transfixed. Everlasting as the moon. Laid bare. Lights out.
Yeah! Teamwork is strength!
I'm going in! Go as planned! Laid bare. Punishment!
Can't run from chaos.
This is where you fall. Overruled. Ha! Teamwork is strength! Judgment!
You can't run from death.
Witness my rise. Laid bare. I swear by my sword. Everybody stand back.
Prepare
Shiver.
yourself.
Yeah.
No escape. You can't run from death.
It's time to move on. We shouldn't stay here. I do hope the Knights of Favonius are all working hard. It's time to move on. We shouldn't stay here. Onwards! We have work to do. I do hope the Knights of Favonius are all working hard. It's time to move on. We shouldn't stay here. Onwards. We have work to do. It's time to move on. We shouldn't stay here. Onwards. We have work to do.
Come on.